There's no doubt that the chaos caused by the COVID-19 virus on the lives from all around the world will long be remembered in the history books as one of the most life-changing events in global history. It seems though that there's finally a light at the end of the tunnel, as the EU has offered a glimmer of hope in finding a vaccine that could end the pandemic. However, it comes with a stark warning that even with a vaccine, COVID-19 could be here to stay. The research is being conducted by the European Medicines Agency based in Amsterdam and appears to be studying a variety of forms of treatment in the vaccine, which will finally put a stop to the virus that's so far claimed in excess of 300,000 lives and continues to do so in the meantime. The head of the vaccines unit at the agency, Marco Cavalieri, stressed the importance of international unity in working on a vaccine, but also pointed out the human aspect of the vaccine, stating that it should be produced quickly, efficiently, and distributed free of charge, clearly a notion that has set the tone for humanity.
So on the first one, again, as I mentioned before with the vaccine, you have to go through the human safety trial. So you first of all, you identify candidate vaccines that look like they will meet all the requirements for a good vaccine, but you have to do the human safety trial. So nobody can put a date on this at the moment.
Across the pond, the US are also working on a vaccine. However, the tone appears to be very different as the race to find a vaccine loses its human touch and enters a political game.
Are you overpromising when you say you're going to have 300 million doses of vaccine?
No, I'm not overpromising. I don't know who said it, but whatever the maximum is, whatever you can humanly do, we're going to have. And we hope we're going to come up with a good vaccine. Johnson & Johnson and Oxford and lots of different great companies, representatives of our country in some ways. NIH is working very hard and doing a terrific job. No, I hope we're going to have a vaccine, and we're going to fast track it like you've never seen before. If we come up with a vaccine, I think they probably will.
The US is also still placing the blame firmly at the feet of the Chinese. However, this could backfire on Trump, as his racist and egoistic tone takes the attention away from working on a global response to the pandemic, rather than one that could get his second term in the White House. Yet once again, Trump has shown that the US want to go it alone and try to be the ones who claim the vaccine, which will no doubt, and unlike the Europeans, not be free of charge, as Trump backed out of an $8 billion joint budget research with the Europeans on the vaccine, hence showing his true intentions. It therefore remains to be seen. Can Trump get any more vain?
We're the leader of the world. We're really the leader, in this case, the leader of the world. And we've done better. If you look at our deaths, if you look at mortality rates, if you look at the things in fact, I'm going to get a chart because it's maybe the most impressive thing, right? How we've done.
It seems that the US will stop at nothing to get its hands on the vaccine that will stop the onslaught of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has so far left the US top of the list in terms of infections and deaths. But when the French pharmaceutical giant Sanofi stated that the US could be the first in line for the cure, it sparked an angry and immediate reaction from the French Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, who very much stated in most diplomatic terms that the right to everyone gaining access to the vaccine together was not negotiable. The actions by Sanofi sparked much debate as to why a company in Europe would want to specifically send a vaccine to the US, raising the possibility that the Americans are lobbying drug companies with pressure, cash, and a whole host of other tactics. Although initially Sanofi resisted the calls of the French PM, the CEO of the company finally forced himself to take a diplomatic stance on the issue as well.
My comments are really around what do we need to do to make sure we're in a similar position in Europe. It was never a choice. We need to get vaccines to everybody across the world, all parts of the world, doses for everybody.
Other pharmaceutical companies are also working on the vaccine, with the likes of Pfizer working in unison with German biotech company BioNTech.
We were fortunate to have invested in a new technology platform called mRNA vaccine and worked for 2 years with a partner in Germany, a biotech partner, to deal with flu and made a lot of progress with the platform. And it turned out that we could bring that experiences and make a leap into application for SARS-CoV-2, and now so quickly, something I haven't even dreamt about, not even in imagination, that just a few months after starting those activities, we got all the things right into a vaccine that is ready for trials and now ongoing in the United States and Germany.
What now remains to be seen is who will be the first to come up with a vaccine and how will it be distributed. Logic argues that this should be a global effort that provides the jab for free and all have equal access. But as we all know, such human cooperation is a utopian dream in today's society, as the greedy hands of the MNCs and Capitol Hill eye a selfish grip on the virus, promoting their own power and financial interests above all human life.